Hello, everybody. So, figured I'd slide this one in before I left. Today, I ran across this article, and I think we're all starting to really learn what's really going on with a lot of the so-called shenanigans in our or especially Democrat-run cities, but places like Texas, they're really trying to flip blue. There's so many, and with New York got some crazy mess going on in New York when it comes to the pushing for that whole climate like agenda food thing where you eat bugs and stuff and get rid of meat. That's a big deal in Florida. I mean, Florida, New York. Anyways, uh, I want to say that Soros has a residence in New York. And just recently, they just said that they're not going to be a sanctuary city anymore. Huh. Okay. The irony behind that, because most of the time rules for thee are rules for me and not for thee. Get it right in a little bit, but if you think about it, if Soros is living in New York, he probably wouldn't want a whole lot of those people on his back door. I mean, I don't know what he lets on his back door, but apparently it's nothing that has to do with small people. Um, Elon Musk has came out and starting to actually realize that what we've been saying for a long time had some validity behind it, especially considering Soros's background with how he dealt with the Holocaust. If you don't believe me, you can actually do a little bit of research, or you can go back, and even YouTube has still right now. You can find stuff about Soros on YouTube, and you can find the interview where he uh, smirks and smiles about what he did to Jewish people, which he is of that descent. He's that descent whenever he wants to call somebody names. Other than that, he's an atheist. So I'll digress on that. Let me look at this article right quick. We're just going to read a little bit about what Elon Musk is doing and what's going on behind the scenes there. But Elon Musk has made serious accusations against George Soros. I'm reading an article, by the way, FBI. The knives are out. Elon Musk has just launched one of his sharpest attacks against one of his opponents, his peer billionaire, George Soros. Until December 31st, the legendary financier and big donor to the Democratic Party was still a major shareholder in a Tesla stock. He held 132,000 shares, a little over that, but December valued at nearly $16.27 million, according to the Securities and Exchange Commission's filings. The world's most famous short seller had started acquiring Tesla shares in the second quarter of 2022. The investment showed that Soros is betting on electric vehicle dominance by investing in upstarts who is betting on electric vehicle upstarts and like Rivian. I'm sorry, at ADD moment trying to read here, but the Lucid Motors company believe that promises of Elon Musk and Tesla are the world's leaders in the sector. So the during the 3 quarters which Soros held Tesla shares through his Soros Fund Management, Musk rarely attacked him, even though the two men diverged politically. And since last year, Musk has made a shift to the right. Now, I'm reading a Main Street article, so what they've got to do is they've got to villainize a man making a decision to look at things a little bit differently. So just bear with me on how this all kind of rolls out. But even as a condition considers himself moderate or at the center right of the political spectrum, the serial entrepreneur has become one of the most vocal critics and progressive ideologies, and more specifically of what he calls the woke mind virus. Now, don't attacking progressive ideologies and saying that he's against progressiveness. Now you're talking about a man who's figured out how to make a rocket land on its own. I mean, it might actually, we may, if we can break through the firmament, get to the moon. Have a little fun with that, guys. But anyways, so the last expression brings together everything related to gender equality, diversity, the fight against discrimination, racism, and anti-Semitism, and ESG, environmental social governance policy. Basically, Musk opposes everything that Soros supports. Not everything. I think that we don't want people being discriminated. We don't like racism, and we don't like anti-Semitism. But however, what we don't like is gender equality and diversity, because of the fact that comes with this whole all those can come with a really dark side to it if it's exploited properly. If used properly, then it's not a big deal. But So now, of course, Soros has sold a lot of the stock now, and what Soros is well known for doing is betting against companies. So now what he's going to do is try to attack Soros by betting against his company, getting other people to sell stock, which then puts less confidence in the company, and then that kind of has a transmission effect. You like that word I just used? I made it up. And if you to get mad, lefties do it all the time. They can make up words, change definitions, right? Anyways. But apparently Soros hates humanity. It turns out that during this time, Soros had decided to cut all ties to Musk. According to a recent regulatory filing, the financier liquidated all of his Tesla shares, like we said earlier. And based on averages, Soros lost $9.8 million by doing so. He lost a little bit. That ain't nothing. That's chump change. The scenario assumes that he acquired Tesla shares at an average price per quarter, also sold them at the average price of the last quarter. And so Soros reminds me of Magneto. That was just so funny. And then he tweeted it back. I did a thing about that. He said, Elon Musk said that Soros reminded him of Magneto, but he didn't want to, he apologized for that statement because he didn't want to call Magneto names. But the 92-year-old billionaire is a Jewish and of Hungarian origin. And he's accused falsely of, without evidence, of being the mastermind of almost all three crises that shake the planet. So, okay, I'm going to get big, then I'll end the article, because that was a lot. We're taking in a lot, guys. In case you're first to do what's going on in the Soros scene, is that he has the ability to go in there and destabilize a country. He's done it. That's what he actually likes to do. Matter of fact, what he'll do, like we said, he'll bet against either a currency or huge corporate entities, which will then throw a currency off, then buy that out, make a ton of money liquidating it, and then use all that money to further perpetuate what's going on. And the reason why they just say that there's no evidence that he's done it is because how he operates is he does these cutaways. He'll disperse a bunch of monies to nonprofits. These nonprofits then put together organized situations where you see like things like Antifa, BLM, all these crazy things. And then the whole time he'll say, I had nothing to do with it because of the fact that, well, in a sense, you didn't. And that's the hardest thing to get around when it comes to the laws in the United States is we try to be fair and we assume that people wouldn't pervert the law. And now that Soros is 92 years old, he doesn't even really know where his money's going. I think his son, and Elon Musk had claimed the same thing, but it's been often said that his son is kind of running the show now. He's just uses his dad as a front man, and his son makes all the progressive decisions because he's in tune with this whole the new age people. That 92-year-old couldn't get anywhere close to anywhere to younger people unless he paid a bunch of money and had pizza with him, if you know what I mean. So the son is there to try to take up the slack and make the new progressive movement more effective So no, I don't think Soros knows where all his money's going. But is he okay with it? Yes. He would rather not know where his money's going. That way it makes him completely a cutaway guy of what's going on. That's all strategic. And the only way that he's been to other countries that's banned him, just like Russia banned Obama and like a bunch of other people and celebrities too. Soros has been banned from other countries. I think from Hungary as well, from his home country because of some of the stuff that happened. We need to do the same thing. We need to be just cold-hearted and be like, yep, banned, you're banned. Get out. Go to Antarctica and go mess with that civilization that nobody knew anything about and the CIA has kept from us for so long because they don't want us to know what's really going on and the fact that a lot of technology has probably been stolen from those guys. Ha! Rabbit hole. All right, Soros sucks. Just figured I'd get that out there. The whole foundation thing is just a disaster and designed to help to smash America. That's his whole lifelong dream. He wants to see the demise of America. And guys, if you can just get this information out and start talking to people, because you've got to look at it like you got an ice cream cone. When you have that Neapolitan, you got your pink and you got your chocolate and I don't know what the pink is, strawberry, and you got vanilla. And without that, you wouldn't have Neapolitan. So let's look at this. You got Soros is the really crappy pink stuff that nobody wants to eat, but you got to have it there to make Napoleon. Bill Gates is the vanilla stuff, and Obama is the chocolate stuff. No anti-Semitism, and that wasn't meant to be one of those remarks, but it isn't. If you don't want it to be. All right, I'm out, guys. Peace out.